Hello Capricorn! Welcome to DragonTaleTarot. My name is Ariel and this is your reading for December 1st through 15th, 2019. Thank you so much for joining me again. I hope you all have been doing really well through this super powerful time of planetary energy that is piling up quite a bit in your sign. Thank you so much if you're returning again. If it's your first time visiting or not, welcome back. If you have not yet done so, I do invite you to subscribe and join the Dragon family. Also, give it that dragon claw up by clicking the like button and let me know you enjoy this content. First, let's get into quick notes before we start in with the reading. This is a general reading. It is not going to resonate with every single Capricorn out there. Most of the astrology messages are pretty basic for all Capricorns, but you know, the stuff, especially through the cards, is very intuitive. Won't hit every one of you, so if these messages don't resonate with you, chuck them on out to another Capricorn, but if they do resonate with you, take those in because those are yours. Overall, take what makes sense and leave the rest. This will mostly correspond with Capricorn Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising signs, and all Capricorn cross-watchers are welcome to join us as well. If you're interested in details about a personal reading, card decks that I used, or any other information, check down in the description box below. I think that's it. So let's go ahead and start talking a little bit about your astrology. My goodness, Capricorn, you are in the power placement right now in the universe. It's really, really shining on you. I'm going to show you this chart. This is actually the day of December 2nd, and this is when Jupiter officially goes into your sign of Capricorn. So just check it out. Here we got, so we've already got Pluto in Capricorn, then Saturn in Capricorn, Venus is in Capricorn, and now Jupiter joins up. And then of course, you know, when we hit, you know, December 22nd, winter solstice, that's when the sun moves into your sign. And then we're going to have an even bigger collection of planets all in that Capricorn energy. So for you, it's definitely a time of power. And the fact that Jupiter is moving into your sign is extremely significant on a lot of levels. All of this is going to be highlighting your universal first house of the astrology wheel. So Capricorn, you're really going to be looking at a time of personal power, strengthening your identity, what makes you who you are. You will be more aggressive, more driven, more focused than ever on getting where you want to go. You have very little time or patience for people that are blocking your mission or blocking where you want to go, because having it activate that first house universally for you brings up a little that Aries energy element. So it's like you don't have as much patience, especially if it's something you've been planning or wanting for a very long time. You're like, you know what? I've been waiting, and now it's time to really take action. You will be feeling that Jupiter energy in Capricorn for most of 2020 as well. So this is, you know, Jupiter goes about a year in each sign. Jupiter rules Sagittarius naturally, and it is a big expansive planet. It's all about good fortune, optimism, better luck, better bounce back ability, you know, recovery from bad times. And so Capricorn, with having Saturn and Pluto both in your sign, you have definitely been through a lot of hard times. This last year was very, very rough because Saturn moved into your sign. It's been, you know, and it takes 30 years between those times. So it had been 30 years before that Saturn had not been in your sign. So this was new energy for sure. And then not only that, if you look back even further, back to 2008, you know, when Pluto went in your sign, y'all have been going through it. Absolutely. So having the blessing of Jupiter come in there and start to sweep across some of those harsher, deeper, heavier planets like that, it's really going to bring in so much more good fortune, optimism, success. It's going to open doors that needed to be opened, you know, and really challenge a lot of those limitations that either the world has put on you, other people have put on you, or even yourself have put on you. So get ready for that, especially when you have the join up of these three planets. I was actually researching online a little bit to see if I could find out when the last Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter conjunction was. I didn't have much luck finding that, but I found that the last conjunction of those three planets in Capricorn was something like 2,000 years ago. It was a long, long time. 1894 BC, I think it said. So it has been very, very, has been, many, many moons since we've had that energy with us. So this absolutely is not something that happens very often or frequently. And I know that, the conjunction of Jupiter with Pluto is often called, like the kingmaker, or, something that really crowns your destiny. So when we are living through those times, people born under those auspices are going to end up probably being very powerful people in a lot of ways, very transformative. But for you, Capricorn, having that energy settle onto you in your sign, it makes it even stronger. So it's like if you have been waiting to step into your power, to step into a greater role and, fulfill more of your ambitions and goals, which all Capricorns have got, absolutely, this couldn't be a better time for that. So yeah, this is a really amazing period of energy for the goat. It's going to be very powerfully transformative, and so in a lot of ways, my feeling is the best way to make use of this, especially throughout this coming year, and if, the next couple weeks, is that because there is that involvement of Pluto, involvement of Saturn, and involvement of Jupiter. It's like the people who have done the best and have treated others with kindness and have not stepped on other people to get where they're going and have really acted with integrity and compassion. Those are the people that will be rewarded the most in a lot of ways, because Saturn is very karmic. Pluto is very much about, power and how you wield that power. And so it's kind of saying if you have power and you misuse it and you mistreat people and you step on them and you're abusive, Saturn has a way of coming back and kind of slapping you with that karma and making you pay the price. So we're gonna see a lot of people, I think, that have been previously very powerful, wealthy, etc., be really reined in, because if you've gotten ahead by hurting other people and abusing them, it's karma is going to pay you back. Saturn's going to pay you back. So likewise, as you and everyone else goes through this energy, it's going to affect you most, Capricorn, but it's going to affect other people too. So, it's like the best way to make use of this energy, the best way to get, the real reward is to always act with integrity, with compassion. Don't cut corners. Don't step on people. Don't think that it will just go unnoticed, because it will. And likewise, Capricorn, if other people have really done you wrong or treated you badly, and it's not like you're wishing something bad on someone, but it's like the universe has a way of bringing those checks and balances, and you may really see some of the people that have hurt you kind of brought to task over that. Maybe they'll learn some lessons of humility, hopefully, and start, making a better change. So very powerful. Also right now, the sun is in Sagittarius. That is moving through your universal 12th house. So Capricorn, in a lot of ways right now, even though all this power is moving into your sign, this first 3 weeks of December is really better suited to spiritual reflection, cleansing, detoxing, clearing the clutter out of your house, out of your mind, out of your heart. And that's it's a great way to start this new pattern of energy. Is like if you haven't had some time to just really sit, reflect, or, go through your house and maybe do some feng shui, some cleansing, maybe burn some sage, etc. Anything that you do to kind of, ground and center yourself like that will help, to ease into these changes that are very powerful coming in. Also, Mars is still in Scorpio. Mercury is in Scorpio until December 9th, and so those are still working through your universal house of the 11th, which brings a greater influence with the masses and a stronger sense of fire and interest in social consciousness and, you know, helping the world at large in some way. So very, very powerful. Absolutely loving this energy. We Capricorns have gone through so much. Oh my goodness, so much. Especially, you know, over the last 10 years, and we're bringing a close to the decade, guys. This is the end of 2019. We're going into 2020. So it's really, it's a big change. It's a big shift, and I think it's so much for the better for so many Capricorns out there who have really been facing down those challenges, struggling and working hard. Oh my goodness. So let's go ahead and dig into your cards. We're going to start with some oracle cards. I'm going to do some major themes, get a few messages, and then we're going to do a full tarot spread and get into some deeper meanings of all of this for you. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, ancestors, helpers, and healers, please be with the Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising sign of Capricorn as we do their reading for December 1st through 15th, 2019. Please protect their energy as well as mine and bring through clear, accurate messages for their highest good. Thank you so much. Wow, a lot of people have, actually a couple other signs have pulled this card. You know, as we started this reading, this is pretty wild that this comes up again. The warrior energy, be fearless and stand strong. So Capricorn, you're bringing this energy in as well. This is all about stepping into your power, but, you know, using a balance of, you know, self-worth instead of ego to step into that power, using your strength to protect and defend others as well. So, you know, if you feel like there's people around you that need your protection and, you know, need your power to help guide them as well, that's part of the role of the warrior. So stepping very strongly into that spirit. And like we talked about, Mars being in that 11th house for you right now, this makes you feel, you know, brings that warrior energy to you wanting to kind of protect and defend you know, anyone or anything that can't protect itself. And also, like I said, all that Capricorn energy is activating that first house universally for you. So, woo, you know, that's Aries. That's a warrior spirit. That's like a fighting spirit that you're standing in that you may not have really had quite as strong. And it's really, you know, opening up in a big, big way, which is very powerful indeed. So let's bring through a chakra card, a good gemstone to use to heal and center yourself right now. Ooh, I like this one. Okay, so Larimar, water, ocean, and throat chakra. So Capricorn, this is a beautiful stone that's very connected with the water, with the emotions, with that heart, you know, that's deep inside you. It also, of course, rules the throat chakra. So Capricorn, the more that you speak, the more that you communicate, the better. If you feel like you haven't been able to speak, or you've been limited or restricted somehow, maybe there's somebody that you really want to talk to you and they won't, you know, or they've shut you out. So this is all about healing that throat chakra, because if we're blocked that way or limited or restricted that way, it really starts to have an impact on us. This also, to me, because of the very strong connection with water and the ocean, tells me that a lot of Capricorns out there should really get to the water, get to the ocean, actually go to the sea. I've actually been considering going to somewhere in the, you know, near the ocean for my birthday, because I'm a Capricorn right at the end of January, because it's good for the solar return for me personally. So yeah, a lot of goats we're getting pulled to that water. You know, remember the Capricorn, you know, goat also in many, you know, symbologies has that fishtail. And the fishtail is actually part of our symbology that, you know, denotes that almost Piscean kind of mysticism, melancholy. That's why, like, Capricorns get the blues, you know, because it's that very moody, broody, kind of oceanic, watery emotion. But you know what's funny? On the bottom of the deck, I just looked under there. There's that citrine card. This citrine card has been coming up for so many people. It's not surprising that it was on the underneath. And I keep showing this crystal because I love the citrine. And so Capricorn, I would say that this one's very important for you as well, because this is going to help balance emotions. This is all about abundance, creativity, you know, strengthening the solar plexus chakra, which is all about your confidence, your self-worth. So yeah, this is wild. This is a big energy coming through for so many people. The warrior spirit, that citrine, it's like everybody get ready, because a lot of us are going to be stepping into our power, and it's important that we balance, that we let go of unhealthy ego and embrace healthy self-worth instead. Healthy self-love, not arrogance. So let's look at a message from the fairies. The fairies are very associated with, you know, the different elements of the earth, very connected to nature. So let's see what message comes out as we enter all this earth energy of Capricorn. Oh, and like I said, Capricorn, use your power very wisely. This is wish wisely. Use your wishes wisely to manifest your heart's desire and take practical steps towards making your dreams come true, because Capricorn, you're stepping in a lot of power. You know that old saying, be careful what you wish for, or be careful how you use your power. Use your powers for good, because there is going to be a lot of power coming your way. And Pluto in Capricorn already, you know, to me, it's like that's always that energy of it can go to big extremes. Scorpio is big extremes. It can be really, really good as an angel, or really, really rough like the devil. And so it's like, use your power wisely, because you're coming into quite a lot of it. The intentions and the energies you put out are very magnetic. They will come back to you. So don't beat yourself up. Don't put yourself down in your mind. Don't call yourself stupid or whatever it is that you might be thinking, because that has a way of reinforcing itself very strongly, and you just end up feeling worse. Make a big effort for positive affirmation. You know, start a new routine of giving yourself the same kindness that you give to others. So let's move Mr. Dragon on over here, and we are going to dig into your tarot. And I can't wait to see what comes out, because, Capricorn, this is a lot of energy. This really, really is. So definitely once in a lifetime, not just a lifetime, but many lifetime chance. You know, definitely not everyone will experience this sort of conjunction in their lifetime. So let's see what the tarot has in store for you today. Okay, Capricorn, so check this out. So here at the center we have the Four of Cups. So to me, this is a card that's often about wishing for maybe something that, you know, it's like a dream that you're hoping will come true, that will fulfill you. But this is an important card because it kind of says, don't take for granted the good things that are here and now. So Capricorn, this is a reminder to really not take, you know, things for granted. Don't worry so much about, you know, that future unattainable or maybe somewhat unattainable desire, and focus on the things that are going right in the here and now. Also, likewise, if you feel like somebody's taking you for granted, also don't put up with that behavior. You know, don't let others take for granted your contributions. So let's pull clarifier for that. Yes, and this is all about, yeah, to me, look at that. So the Hermit energy right there, Virgo energy, also feels very Sagittarian to me. That's just a personal feeling about the Hermit, you know, because it's all about taking that quest, being on that journey, looking for that ultimate truth. There's a lot of power to that. So, you know, Capricorn, if you ever catch yourself feeling, oh, if only such and such would happen, then everything would be fine. It's like, really pull into your personal truth and say, is that really what it is? Or am I just kind of like, you know, trying to fill a void inside myself with something, you know, material, which is really the only thing that can help that is having that filled by spirit, you know, filled by spiritual fulfillment. So going into the past, there is that swords, that 9 of Swords energy, which is very, very tough. Did I say you've been going through some struggles? Oh my goodness, Capricorn. And this is very mental energy. This is like anxiety, stress, worries, fears, things that could keep you awake at night, can't turn my mind off, all that kind of thing. So that's going into the past position. But you've absolutely been through the ringer that way, Capricorn. This is also, to me, processing heartache or grief. That's a big one that comes up a lot of the time. You know, if you've lost a loved one or if you've been through rough relationship situations, that can often come up because it's saying, yeah, you've really, really gone through, you know, all that painful reflection. Sometimes, you know, that hits you in the middle of the night and it's like, oh, I can't make my mind just be quiet about that. Yes. Okay, so let's clarify that 9 of Swords, please. And there's that Queen of Wands. So Capricorn, very, very different kind of energy. You came out of this and you're moving away from that very recently, actually. So this is really you having identified all that pain, that frustration, and it's like, I'm going to step into my power. I'm going to change this around. I'm going to start, you know, remembering good things, remembering, you know, how strong that I really am. To me, this is, of course, this is a very Leo connected card, the Queen of Wands. So it's very sunny, it's very bright, it's very magical. She has that little black cat. It's a very symbol of magic to me. So she knows how to manifest, and this is a very generous spirit, very warm, very bright, very giving, doesn't worry about, you know, scarcity or not having enough, because she just knows that there will be more and it will be available. So yeah, as we're going to the present, again, there's that Hermit. So you are searching for the truth right now. You're searching for, you know, deeper wisdom, which is a beautiful thing right now, Capricorn. And then going into the immediate future, there is that beautiful Queen of Pentacles, which is all about your energy. That's that stability, abundance, earthiness, grounded, you know, greater sense of self-worth and really ruling over her world, having that, you know, that very nice balance and using her resources wisely. So let's pull a clarifier for the Queen of Coins. Yes, and to me, look at that, Capricorn. So this coming year, going forward, we're having, you know, still Saturn in Capricorn, which is all about changing those foundations. That Tower card is always the hand of the divine coming in and, you know, really reordering things. For a lot of people, the Tower card can feel very disruptive, very chaotic, for good reason, because sometimes we've really gotten stuck. You know, we've really gotten attached to patterns, people, habits, routines that are not good for us at all. And so the divine comes in and says, I'm going to remove that. I'm going to refix it. So Capricorn, for some of you, you've already gone through a lot of this and you pretty much feel like, yeah, I've done the work, I've gotten things out. For some of you, there may still be some things left, because this is general. It's going to apply in a few different ways to different Capricorns. But either way, you've definitely had the Tower moments, or you're going to be in the process of continuing to clear away anything that doesn't work for you, that doesn't have efficiency, that doesn't, feed your soul and your heart over time and just leaves you empty. So yeah, embrace those tower moments. Sometimes you might go, oh, this is so terrible, but really it's like, give it some time. And in retrospect, you're like, oh, I'm so glad that went away, or oh, I'm so glad that changed, because, it was blocking me, or it was not good for me. So underneath here is that Page of Swords. This is a very, young, slightly immature air energy. Could be someone in your life, could be, around you that you feel is like, oh my gosh, they don't have it together, or they really, have an immature spirit. But this is also, to me, the birth of new thought, or new messages coming through. And this is in your subconscious position. So this could be something that you're thinking about, reaching out and communicating more, or starting a new line of process of thought or conversation. So, this could be very positive, where you kind of feel like, well, yeah, I need to start thinking in new ways. And it's the birth of new ideas. So let's pull a clarifier over him. Yes, and really, to me, it's like, new communication is being reborn, and it's something that is all about balance, Capricorn. It's about balance between, spirit and desire. So it's like we have, our physical earthly desires that are signified by the lion, and then, spirit is about the higher mind, the higher elevation of the soul. So it's like bringing those two into balance. That's why she's calming the lion. She's saying, it's going to be all right. We can exist together, finding that balance in between them. Look at the message from spirit, from your higher mind. This is what's crowning the whole reading here, Capricorn, is that Six of Swords. Moving forward out of the choppy, dangerous, troubled waters and into the smoother waters. And this has been an effort. You packed the bags, you got in the boat, you paid the guy to take you across. All of those steps have gone into it, and you're moving away from drama, from conflict, from worry, from pain, from situations that just were not honoring to you. So very, very strong message from the divine that this is time to do that, or if you're already in process of doing that, you're on the right track. So let's pull a clarifier, please. Yes, and you're going towards building something new, and something that's very both practical, spiritual, and creative. Look at that Three of Pentacles. All about your earthy energy here, Capricorn, and that 3 is a building number. And so this is all, the people coming to the architect to build a new temple. So it's everything. It's a place of shelter. It's a spiritual center. It's a place where music and the arts can grow. So very, very beautiful. Love that energy from the divine. So let's pull you some more cards and get some advice. Ooh, Capricorn. All right, so suggested approach. I love this. 10 of Cups. Very, very beautiful energy, Capricorn. So this is really telling me that, if this is what you want, then this is what you should go for. Whatever it is that you feel is going to bring you the greatest sense of contentment, those are the things you should pursue. This is both spiritual and emotional contentment, as well as physically. It's a very, very bright card in the Rider-Waite. This is the one with the big rainbow in the sky, so it's a lot of wish fulfillment to the highest degree. Now, Capricorn, if you haven't quite got there, or you still feel like you're in process, the best thing to do with something like this is to start again by, it kind of comes back to that Four of Cups. Don't take the good things that you already have in your life for granted. Be very grateful, warm, thankful. Voice that to the universe even. Thank the universe. Thank your angels. Thank whatever you may or may not pray to, to say, thank you so much for this, or thank you so much for that. If you have, a special pet or a child or great friends or, a job that you've really, grown to enjoy, or if you're working towards something that is going to bring you joy. It's like whatever it is. Even simple things like a good cup of tea, a good dinner, just whatever it is that just, fills you with a sense of contentment that the universe is there for you. Oh, and that flipped out, so I'm going to go ahead and take it. There's judgment crossing that 10 of Cups to me as well. If you had times in the past, Capricorn, where you were really content and you maybe aren't quite there yet, that judgment card is saying that this is reviving. This is coming back to life. For some of you, this could also be reconciliation of some nature. Maybe with someone that you did have that connection with and you're hoping to have it again. That's possible for some of you. So going into what you need to know, look at that 10 of Swords. Like we said, in that immediate past, you're the 9 of Swords, so there's the 10. And that to me is a good confirmation that it's the completion, that a lot of that pain, a lot of that mental anguish, a lot of that being backstabbed by other people, is really going away. And you're also, it's mostly, a lot of it's you're going away because you are no longer accepting that. Like in that past position, after that Nine of Swords came the Queen of Wands. So it's like, you're not accepting it anymore because you're stepping into your power. You've learned a lot. And a lot of it is about your self-worth, because we know what you allow will continue. If you allow people to treat you poorly, they'll keep doing it. So this is all about learning healthy boundaries. Let me pull a clarifier for this 10 of Swords for you. Yes, look at that. So brand new, fresh energy after that 10 of Swords, that very painful cycle. The Fool card is like a breath of fresh air with that bright yellow. It's like it's sunny, it's warm. He's holding the white flower of innocence. And the dog might be saying, hey, don't jump off that cliff. But you know what? He's going, you know what? I've faced the worst. What can really get me down? I'm going to take a leap of faith. I'm going to go forward to my hopes and my dreams. So Capricorn, what you need to know is that a lot of these painful cycles are at a close, and you're able to be, innocent again, to be more childlike, to have more joy and more, just a feeling that there's more possibilities that you haven't explored yet. You haven't experienced it all. So keep your heart open, keep your mind open. Going into hopes and fears, here's Temperance. This is Sagittarian energy. Very interesting as we're going into Jupiter, the Sagittarius ruler, moving into your sign. To me, Temperance is all about balance. It's all about, resiliency, going through, yet again, a lot of trials, a lot of challenges, and emerging more balanced. So let's pull a clarifier on this. Ooh, look at that. So Capricorn, you've got big hopes for this, right? You've really got hopes of the stability. The fours are always about building and stability of all different kinds. But that Four of Wands is special because, many readers associate this with a twin flame, a soulmate. It looks like an 11 and 11, which is a big synchronicity number to see a lot, when those soul connections are coming in. It's the balanced home. It's the happy hearth and family and success and victory. So, don't let the disappointments or pains of the past keep you from going forward in the future, because you've really learned, you've grown. That Temperance card shows, tempering is a process by which we temper steel. We create a stronger sword or a stronger weapon. It's like, all that fire you've been through has just made you stronger, Capricorn. There's no reason why you can't start over again, even if you have to. And this again, for people that are maybe already in a relationship, already in a situation, this is just making it stronger. This is just healing it and helping it. So beautiful combination there. outcome card, Capricorn, is justice, strong Libra energy, balance, harmony, fairness, equality. Ah, love it. This is, to me, all about restoring order in your world. So let's bring a clarifier up for that. Oh, look at that, Capricorn, the Lovers card. So there's definitely a little bit of love connection, maybe some big love connection. This could even be, you know, a legal marriage that's coming up to be considered. This could be you asking someone to marry you, them asking you to marry them, etc. But there's definitely, this is Gemini energy, Libra energy, both have air sign qualities. So to me, this is a lot about communication, a lot about reaching out, a lot about making decisions. And yes, it is balance and harmony between them both. So wow, Capricorn, as you're stepping into your power, putting down better boundaries, honoring yourself, letting go of anxiety, worry, and fear. Wow, I mean, you attract, if you haven't already, if you're super single, Capricorn, or you're coupled up, either one, it's like you're either going to be attracting better people into your life, reconciling and healing something already existing, or if things are already going pretty good, it just gets better because of this deep personal journey that you've been on. Amazing. Love it. So let's look at an affirmation card from the Making Magic deck and get a last bit of advice for you on all this. Oh my goodness, Felix Felicitas is what comes out here with this symbol. I don't know if I've pulled this for anyone before. Power symbol to create lucky, serendipitous events. So Capricorn, this is like finding good fortune where you weren't even necessarily looking for it. It just happens upon you. And so, you know, this is a power sigil to, you know, represent that. So you can take that in, think about it, meditate on that symbol, bring that into your life, because that is all about power. And like I said from the beginning, you're stepping into quite a lot of power. Use that power for good, y'all. So Capricorn, it was great. This reading was beautiful. I knew it would be pretty awesome. Lots of power involved. Okay, good care of yourself because you're definitely stepping through some new portals going into this future year. I will be back very soon. I hope to see you. Take care. Bye-bye.